shocking results of the supporter survey reveals 11.2% of us also support the Chiefs, and we can't quite crack open the
Hello and welcome to the Big Bang Theory podcast. My name's John. I'm here with my friend and colleague Dan.
Hello.
Yeah, those shrimps proved larger and bigger than... More prawns, really.
King prawns.
Good.
No. That's too flattering to a poor side.
Exeter City away at Morecambe. Game finished 1-1.
Friday night.
Yep. With Derek Adams, king of the shrimps.
Yep, one apiece. We should have won that, shouldn't we?
Yeah, we should have won that. Never should have conceded. They didn't look that good. They didn't look that... I don't really know how we didn't win it, except that we were asleep for a corner.
It wasn't really like... it wasn't anything as simple as some keeper masterclass. It was more a case of not being able to break them down, I think.
Yep.
So, we start the match in a curious setup.
Colwell's mixing it up some more.
Colwell tinkering again.
Yeah.
So he tinkers this into... Yeah, he remixes this, if you like, into a 4-4-2 with Pierce Sweeney rolling back the years into right back.
Yes.
Ahead of him, Jake Caprice, right wing.
Yep.
Diabate and Hartridge in the middle.
Yep.
Jonathan Grounds, left back.
Surprise.
With Josh Key, left wing in front of him. Collins and Kite in the middle.
Yeah.
And Stano and Nombe up top. No place in the starting lineup for Giovanni Brown. Some suggestion that maybe had some sort of strappage on his leg.
Strappage?
Yeah. Possible injury.
Okay.
Who knows?
We haven't been told.
He did come on. He can't be that injured because he did come on and played very well. So, what time was the goal?
Well, we had a lot of pressure, didn't we? We looked good for the first bit.
Yeah, it did look like, okay, this looks something that could work. This setup, obviously, you know.
Yeah, it wasn't mad, was it? Like when everyone saw Key on the thing, we're like, oh, is he playing really far forward again? And what's that mean? But no, actually, it wasn't particularly mad. They scored on 34 minutes.
Okay.
We equalised on 36. Both goals were testament to the low quality of League One on a Friday night in Morecambe.
Yeah, they were a bit. So their goal, I think might have been one of the worst goals we've conceded this season. So
I mean, I think in quite a long time, actually.
What it does is it boils down to one simple fact, is that when someone plays a short corner, not that short, but their player runs out to collect the ball.
Yeah.
When someone plays a short corner, surely the Exeter City players know which of them are supposed to go with the player who makes the run for the short corner. I don't know who that is. It looks like Jake Caprice doesn't react and then tries to get close enough to him. It's far too late. He can just pick out a little cross from, with a load of space, a load of time, and then you just nod it in. Nothing anyone can do about it, you know.
I mean, also the guy in the middle wasn't picked up either, was he? So it's
no, and then not picked up that either. I do think that probably got to give yourself a chance by just, and maybe this is to do with like changing things around in the defence. People not quite sure. Well, what do I do now? Jake Caprice is like, well, I'm right wing now, so am I still the guy who goes out to the... You must know that.
I mean, they've had a week to work on it, at least, haven't they?
You must know who goes short on the corner.
Yeah.
That's something that's worked out in advance. It's not just like as it happens, go like, guess I'll go. You know, like, you know who that is.
Yeah.
So that's somebody's fault, and that's just sloppy.
Dan, if you were there...
Absolute basics.
If you'd been at the Mazuma Mobile... monstrosity, would you have shouted wakey wakey?
Well, it's my favourite thing to hear at a football match. I don't know whether I would have... Wakey wakey! Yeah, any variation of that. I don't know... Wakey wakey! Wakey wakey! I'd just like to hear it. Although if it's being said, obviously that means that we're not...
Awake.
Not wakey. Anyway, Just that's poor, and it was just so disappointing after
We'd had half an hour of good football, really.
yeah. So, but it didn't take long for us to get back on level terms.
No, a minute and a half.
Yeah.
So Stansfield picks it up and runs with it, doesn't he?
It's Sweeney that carries the ball out of defence initially.
Yes, true.
Yeah. And finds a nice pass to Stansfield. Crosses it in for Nombe.
Well, he pushes right into the box, doesn't he, and then
Right.
lays it back to Nombe.
Gets a bit all sort of confused with the keeper, and then Josh Key's just there at the back post. So this presents a bit of a conundrum, I think, for Caldwell, in that the Josh Key up front experiment so far, basically he scored, and last week, the first time he played there, should have scored again at the back post. Just likes being at the back post, doesn't he, Josh Key?
His previous goals have been at back post as well, haven't they?
So I can understand it. You want to get him at the back post. However, as the game goes on, we're looking for that second goal on Friday, and then we revert back to the previous situation. So I think Grounds goes off, Giovanni comes on, and then it just shifts, as you'd expect it, back into the kind of usual thing. And Giovanni is superb.
Yeah.
He plays a pass in behind for Nombe, which is absolutely unreal. From the halfway line, sort of spots this gap. It's utterly sublime. And Nombe, to be honest, should score.
Yeah, it doesn't even hit the target.
It doesn't hit the target. I mean, it's a tight one. You're on your right foot, aiming for the far left-hand corner.
Yeah.
He only just misses it, but he should. Keeper's narrowing the angle, but he should probably score. But, if there's the question now, I do think, based on that performance and, everything else we've seen of him, that should Giovanni Brown not be the first name on the team sheet? I mean, he's clearly the best player.
Yeah.
He's clearly the guy who always looking to make something happen. He also had a good, decent shot of his own, kind of on the half, on the bounce kind of thing.
I mean, if we're being generous, well, not even generous, but if it's true he had a knock and he could only get half an hour out of him, then fine. I get the other thing was a response.
But we've seen a fair bit
of
so
Brown
far
not
this season
starting.
of Brown not being able to, of Cobbo not being able to fit Brown into the way he feels like we should be playing. And
can I say something outrageous?
Maybe it should be the other way around.
Can I say something outrageous?
You want to drop Stano?
No, I want to drop Nombe.
Right. Well, he did do that the first couple of games as well.
I feel like
Didn't start against.
I really like him. I think he's excellent person to be able to bring
against
on. He brings something to the team. But if it's between Stano, Nombe and Brown, I take Stano and Brown.
Yeah, maybe that's the way to go. I mean, it like I said, it's a bit of a conundrum because you've also got Josh Key.
Yeah.
If you want to play a forward three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that meant because Friday was Dieng missing, wasn't he, as well?
Yeah.
So, there's also, I mean, I don't think he's had the best season since he's come back, but,
Well, and I also think, so if you're going for a two in the midfield,
it's not Dieng.
If they're fit, Archie Collins was excellent. Collins was good, but Harry Kite,
yeah,
he's barely put a foot wrong every time you've seen him, and you think this guy again is someone you need in the team. I mean, he does more than Dieng. I think
I agree.
Doesn't have that aerial threat at all, obviously.
Yeah,
but Dieng's not been exactly
knocking him in, has he?
He did score one header not that long ago, didn't he?
But this time last year he'd scored 4 or 5, hadn't he? And
yeah, I know. Again, these are kind of it's better to have too many players.
Yep.
Than not enough.
Of course.
But you've got a new manager in, and you don't quite know what his team is yet.
I think you're right. I think Brown's the first name on the sheet, isn't he?
Well, you can definitely make a case for that. As much as we look good in that 4-4-2, and in a 4-4-2, where do you put him? There's nowhere for him to be, unless it's more of a 4-4-1-1, and you have him, because I don't think you can have him having him as an out ball kind of striker at all.
Really, he's an attacking midfielder, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a 10, isn't he? He's
Yeah.
a 10. So that's a possibility as well. Maybe would be the way to do it if he wants to play 4 at the back. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, so it finished 1-1, despite a few chances like that Nombe one. Really, Morecambe didn't have much more. I don't remember Blackman making a save, maybe one punch clear.
Didn't have much to do. There was a couple of chances they had where they kind of... There was a header that they kind of, should have done better on, but went way over.
For the whole game, I didn't even really realise what I was doing, and then I was kind of enjoying it. I was watching it on iFollow, but I had the home commentary.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then after a while I was like, oh, this is the home commentary, but they were excellent, actually, and really not just fair, but like we're commentating well on a game.
Oh.
And at end, City were attacking in the second half. They kept referring to it as the Berlin Wall. I was like, oh yeah, it's like basically a wall behind the goal.
Oh, because there's no stand there.
No stand there, so it's a wall with a few steps, I think. So if it's really full, they put people there, but
Right.
you're only getting like 2 rows of people, the Berlin Wall.
Mm.
And, well, much like the Berlin Wall, took City a long time, and they laboured a bit, and they never actually broke through, did they? So
That's so actually not like the Berlin Wall.
Well, it is.
Which obviously did get...
ultimately it did, that's true.
Yeah.
70s Berlin Wall. So 1-1. I mean, I'll take that. I think a point away from home.
Well, yeah.
There's another point in the... I think you look at the games you hope to win throughout the season, that's one you mark up. But actually, it's another point closer to safety.
What I've not been that good at this season, and because I can't be bothered, but is really paying too much attention to what anyone else is doing, results-wise, which leads to, basically, being surprised by where we are in the table, because I'm guessing that just people aren't taking advantage of our drop in form, because we're still 10th, are we?
11th now, but everyone's pretty inconsistent, to be honest.
I think that's what it seems like. Yeah.
Apart from the top 3,
Argyle lost as well, though, didn't they?
Argyle lost as well, but the top 3 are 10 points ahead of the rest.
Yeah.
Everyone else is much of a muchness until you get down to the bottom 4, 3. When they're some way off. But City are now on 26 points.
Yeah.
If we could have 30 before the end of the year...
It's a big if, considering the games we've got coming up.
3 more games.
Yeah.
You're right. There's not going to be easy points in any of them, but 30 by January the 1st is splendid.
Yeah, I just think that's very unlikely, given the games we've got to play.
Well, I should hope we'd get something at Bristol Rovers.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
So there's 4 games before the end of the year then.
4 games before the end. You're right. Sorry, there is. Yeah. Yeah. Wednesday on Saturday, Bolton away, Portsmouth on Boxing Day, Bristol Rovers away on the 29th or something.
Right.
So yeah, 4 games. It seemed perfectly plausible that we could get 4 points there.
It's possible, yeah. It's possible.
Anyway, they keep racking them up, and actually we're very close to safety.
Yeah. So we've got a difficult run coming up ahead.
Well, we're still in the middle of that difficult run, really, aren't we?
I know, and that's why kind of like it's a bit disappointing to have not, as much as a point away from home at any of these teams is good on paper, considering the way it went, and the context of the other games you've got to play in that, this period. It's a shame we couldn't have just won that 1-0 because we did not need to concede that goal.
Well, that's what's really disappointing, isn't it? They had one chance, one very poor chance.
I know, and you think of those games and you think like, okay, if they'd scored a wonder goal and then we'd been unable to break them down and it ended 1-0, you'd go, oh, that's just the way it goes. But that is so avoidable, like so many of our kind of goals we've conceded. I wonder what he's thinking, little Gary Caldwell and his big head.
I bet he's thinking, I'm glad I'm not Derek Adams. Do you think Derek Adams is like, oh, I was a mug here?
He was quite complimentary, I think, wasn't he?
Oh, was he this time?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
But maybe that's just because it's, Scottish solidarity.
Yeah, maybe.
Gary Caldwell said he knew him a bit, met him a few times.
I mean, I've met him a few times. He's been to City so much.
Yeah, but you're not Scottish.
Not. The opposite of Scottish. I'm not-ish. Yeah, okay. Well, that was that. 1-1. The games were a bit weird, weren't they? So there was some on Friday night, there was some on Saturday.
Yeah, it's all because of the World Cup, which is going on at the minute.
it is because of that. We might talk about the World Cup, but we'll definitely talk about Exeter City and their upcoming games shortly. Welcome back to the podcast. You can email us, of course, bigbankpod@gmail.com. We're on Twitter @bigbankpod, and we're on Facebook as well, Big Bank Theory Podcast. Always love to hear from you all.
I would think that if you were to get in contact with us, maybe not everyone, I would think that our correspondents would say, I think more than 40% of them would say we were good at replying to emails.
Okay.
Which would be more than people think about Exeter City.
How's it going with your half-season ticket?
Even lower for phone calls, apparently.
Yeah, not going well?
Well, how's it going, the old half-season ticket?
Yeah.
Well, we're a week on and haven't heard anything back yet.
Still nothing?
No. I don't know how they're doing this. I mean, I don't want to go in on them too hard in case someone's listening to this and go like, well, we're just not going to ring you back then. As stupid as even that would be. But apparently they've got to do them all manually.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. My card's registered on the thing, so I already said to them, just take the money off the card, boys. And they haven't replied to that email. So I'm not surprised it's so low in the supporter survey. Haven't phoned me, haven't emailed me, haven't taken the money. I haven't got a half-season ticket. I don't know. That's
bizarre. But yeah, if you want to email us, we can't provide you with a half-season ticket, but we...
Do you know what else they haven't got?
What?
Any home shirts left?
No. None.
Or... Bad that, isn't it? Now...
It's the first year of that shirt, right?
Apparently...
So it's not like, we're on the wind down.
First year. No, well, apparently we are on the wind down.
What?
Because I think the sponsor, Carpet Right...
Yes.
I think that's up. I think that deal is up. And maybe they're not renewing it.
Right. But it's still only December.
That's what people are saying. Yeah. The answer to that is apparently you have to order in batches of 500.
Right.
So they don't want to order another 500 because we're not going to have Carpet Right. We might not have Carpet Right on the front of it next year.
That seems counterintuitive to me. Just order 500 and then sell them. That's how commerce works, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know, but that's the case. I managed to, well, it wasn't nothing to do with me actually, but I picked up the last large home shirt.
Right.
For on behalf of somebody else.
Oh, yeah.
I had to go and pick it up from the shop. It's the last one.
Right.
So there's no more of them. And if you wanted a large home shirt for Christmas, then you better hope that Father Christmas has already been in there.
Yes. I mean, he does wear the right colours, of course. But that doesn't explain why there's also nothing else available. My kids wanted to buy me something from the shop for Christmas, and they're like, there's kind of nothing to buy.
Well, I went in there, so obviously I went in there to get this shirt, and it does look like, it's not like before when it was like, the shelves are empty.
No.
There is stuff in there.
Yeah.
There's things for sale, there's training kit, there's, whatnot. There's all shorts, and I'm sure there's other bits and bobs. I didn't have a proper look around, but it's like a bit... There's nothing that great, is there?
I mean, I'm not a sportswear kind of person, so I'm not wearing that.
What do you want to wear?
Well, I know they've got a few bobble hats. It's that kind of thing. My children would happily buy me a bobble hat, and I'd happily wear it.
What you're after is a pair of Exeter City jeans. Is that right?
Wow, that would be a statement, wouldn't it?
Why haven't they got jeans?
Why haven't they got jeans?
Yeah.
There's probably a reason.
Like, you could have the little red tab. I don't know if you get done on copyright for this, but Levi's jeans, you got the little red tab.
Yeah. Just have that.
It says Levi's down it. ECFC.
Beautiful.
You can have that one for free, boys, if you're listening. ECFC jeans.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
Easy money.
Thinking outside of the box there. I like it.
Easy money.
I mean, also, you're like... I don't know, I'm not a merchandising person, but the only option ever seems to be at Exeter City, mugs or, mugs. And you look at other club shops. I know this is a conversation that's going on in other places as well, because everyone's as frustrated as we are, but other club shops have all manner of things. And I never knew I wanted a Exeter City teapot, but I'll have one.
I just think around Christmas, I don't know, it's a bit...
I use pens all the time. Sell me a pen set.
They probably have got pens.
Maybe they have.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, I don't want to go too hard in on them because I don't actually know what they have got. I'm pretty sure they haven't got jeans, which is why I brought that up.
No, probably no jeans. Oh well, I hope you get your half-season ticket.
So do I.
Yeah.
I don't know what else I can do.
No, you've done everything that a person could possibly do.
Yeah.
It's bad, isn't it, when it comes down to loyalty of like, well, I'm just going to keep persisting because I'm loyal to the club rather than this is straightforward thing to do. Do you know what I mean?
And if there was another football team, I could, if I was one of the 11.24% who also supported the Chiefs,
I
might have gone out and get one off them.
They got a lot of lovely bobble hats.
Or a half-season ticket even.
Probably a half-season ticket.
But I'm part of the 88.6% that hates them. So
yeah, less likely to be a good present for you.
Terrible present.
Anyway,
enough about that.
Before Christmas, crinkling time, we've got Sheffield Wednesday at home.
Yeah.
The Owls.
You'll be able to gaze up from the big bank across to the winter wonderland, which is back in town. Distracting you. Although I thought maybe the big screen gets in the way of the winter wonderland.
You can still see it enough.
Can you?
Yeah.
Right.
You can still see it enough to plan your post-match entertainment.
All I think when I see that big wheel thing going around, it's not a wheel, but the big writing it, going like, none of them support City. Sad.
No, you're very true. Dan, so it's supposed to be 3 p.m. kickoff.
Yeah.
There's rumours. No, there's truth that some other clubs have moved it.
Yeah, so I think there's 4 other games currently that have moved. Some to 2 p.m, some to 1 p.m.
Yeah.
Because England are playing at 7.
Yeah, France in the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
Now, I thought, that's silly, until someone pointed out that if you support Sheffield Wednesday and you've come down, where are you watching it?
Yeah.
Which I get.
So you won't be able to get back to Sheffield in that time.
But would you not just put it on your phone on the coach? A bit of a pain, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but then people might just go, well, I won't go. I don't know.
But they've sold out.
If you do it at 12, then you've got to leave
back?
Sheffield really early. Would you get back in time?
Pushing it,
wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Busy roads,
slow coach, Sheffield a long way. So we don't know what they're planning. But it is you can watch it at St James Park in the centre spot.
Yeah, but can 1,000 Sheffield Wednesday supporters do that?
No, they can't, no. So they could head to the town, or they could think, whatever, I just support the Owls.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
3 owls on a shirt.
That's their song. It's just one owl, of course.
Chris Bart Williams still gleaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sheffield Wednesday back in town. We lost to them in recent times in the FA Cup a couple of years ago.
Did we?
Yeah.
I've got no recollection of that.
And
really?
Yeah.
Early round?
Well, it must have been. We haven't been past the second round for about a decade, have we?
At Hillsborough?
Let me just check.
I cannot remember that at all.
You can't remember that one?
No.
Let me refresh your memory.
I remember them coming...
Let me just consent to these cookies.
Someone's just come around with a tray of biscuits.
2-0 at St James's Park.
Okay.
Guess what year?
I've got no idea.
2021.
Last year?
Last year.
Wednesday in the Cup.
Played behind closed doors due to COVID-19 restrictions. It was in the third round.
Oh, I do remember.
We were in the
Barry
third.
Bannon.
Well, we were in the third round last year. Nothing we say on this podcast is true.
No,
or
I
accurate.
remember that now. It was on BBC.
Was it?
Or certainly the high... Yeah.
I ain't got any more details for you.
I think it was on BBC Live.
Apart from it was 2-0 to Wednesday.
Well, COVID's ruined all of our memories. I got much better memory of John O'Flynn playing against them.
Are you suggesting that having COVID has damaged your memory?
No, I'm suggesting a weird shutdown means I can't place anything anymore.
Okay, right, yeah. So that happened. Before that, it was back when we were in League One. The one I remembered was Archibald Henville running the entire length of the pitch to score, but we did play him twice again after that in the following season. And the most recent of them, we lost to them. No, we beat them at home. Goals from...
Oh, no, you told me this.
Young David Noble.
Yes.
And who was the other one? It was 2-1 at St James Park. Billy Jones and David Noble with the
And
goals.
you told me Guillaume Bowser started
It's
that game.
curious, this, because like you look at the starting lineup and you
Wow.
think, I don't remember these players playing with each other. Most people, maybe a lot of people won't even know who Guillaume Bowser is because he barely featured for us, but he
Probably the
started
best.
this game alongside Daniel Nardiello and also Jake Taylor. Like, I wouldn't have thought
That seems like 3 different eras to me.
I know, it really does.
Tisdale, of course, the manager.
Obviously, you've got and then Tully's in there as well.
Who's in goal? Paul Jones.
Krysiak.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Flipping heck. Okay. Well, obviously they're doing really well. Obviously they're a massive club, sold out their allocation, etc., etc. 3rd in the league, hot on the tails of Ipswich and Argyle. It's going to be tough.
It's going to be very tough. We think back to a couple of weeks ago when Ipswich looked a cut above us.
Could be the same.
It could be the same. They got Barry Bannon.
If you ever needed an indicator of the difference between clubs in League One, Cameron Dawson, there's no way we could afford him. We would have loved to have kept him. He sits on the bench for them.
Yeah, so our beloved ginger friend from last season.
Safest hands in England.
Exeter City. I mean, obviously it was a promotion season, but I think everyone really took to him, didn't they?
Yeah.
Cam.
Yeah.
And he's gone back there. They signed David Stockdale in the same at the beginning of the season. He just plays.
But he's about 150 years old.
Yeah, well, anyway, he's playing. Dawson, I think, has made 3 appearances, all in the FA and League Cup.
That's a tragedy. Like, as much as I'd like him to be here, and I would, and I like Blackman too, but, we would have loved him to have stayed, but that guy can't get regular football.
I know. I mean, maybe they just think, we know he's good. We want 2 good keepers. Because Stockdale,
Stockdale will retire, I guess, but...
Yeah. Anyway, so he won't... I'd be very surprised if he features, but...
I'd love to see him give us a wave.
I don't think he'll do that, will he?
He might clap us.
He might give us a clap at the end.
Yeah, he might do that.
Yeah.
Dawson. So it's going to be tough, innit?
Les Dawson.
No one will remember who that is if they're under...
They will. It's not just kids that listen to this.
No. Les Dawson. If we were to take a survey of the podcast, one of the questions would be, have you got any idea who Les Dawson is?
Well, maybe we should do our own supporter survey.
We should.
Who thinks we're good at replying to emails?
Yeah. Do you like our jokes about mollusks?
Yeah. What do you tune in for? The largely inaccurate Exeter City information, or when we talk about some bloke who used to work in Dixon's?
Yeah,
that's
a yes or that's a one. You can only choose one of those things. You can't say both. Right, maybe we'll do a survey.
Or the Les Dawson chat.
Yeah, Les Dawson chat. If you don't know, Les Dawson was a fat man. He was good on the piano and telling jokes, but he's kind of a joke piano player.
Yeah, most people listen to this and know who Les Dawson is, I wager.
All right, let us
know.
Only
one way to find out.
Only one way to find out. Look forward to a gosurvey.com, a survey monkey coming.
If anything, I'd survey our listeners and say, none of you lot are getting in touch when we ask you to.
That's true. That's true. Come on, listeners. We know there's loads here because we see the stats, but our inbox is wide open.
I'm not having a go. I'd much rather you listen to this rather than got in touch.
Yeah. We don't want people to get in touch and don't listen. That'd be weird.
No. Although something like 50% of the people who filled in the survey said they don't. It's like 53%.
Yeah.
Said they don't regularly go to home games.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
only about 1,000 people replied to this survey.
I didn't know about it. Honestly, I didn't.
I filled it in, I think.
You?
Yeah.
I love filling in a survey, but I didn't know about it. Must have missed it. Anyway, so that's Wednesday on Saturday. And then the following Saturday is Bolton Wanderers. But we'll come back to that when we do. There's no England game that can interfere with that, is there? If you're going to Bolton, I think it's a really cheap ticket. So I think Bolton are doing family, Christmas family special. And I think it's £10 for everyone. Less for kids.
Oh, very nice.
If you fancy a trip
the Reebok.
To the Reebok, what's it called now? University of Bolton Stadium.
Yeah.
Then you can grab your tickets. I mean, that's good, isn't it? £10.
Yeah, that's really good, yeah.
See a nice stadium. But yeah, it's Wednesday. I don't think Colwell yet knows. That's the problem, isn't it?
No.
And I know it takes a while, and I know this season will probably be fine.
Well, what Caldwell could have done is just come in and carried on playing the same way that Matt Taylor did. Now, there was not really... I mean, I suppose what that is the 5-3-2.
Yeah.
Rather than
the defence was... it wasn't perfect, was it? It wasn't perfect.
No, absolutely not.
And because of the introduction of Jay Stansfield, we never quite knew how to balance it.
And just before he left, Taylor had started playing all three of them up front, hadn't he?
Yes.
But, so, obviously he wants to do things his own way. I think time will tell, won't it? You know, it's too early to say. I'm all about giving Gary time to, you know, to work it out for himself and find. You know, he hasn't had a transfer window yet. He's had a very challenging set of fixtures to start with.
Certainly.
It hasn't. There's been things where I think we could have and should have done better, regardless of all those things. But you know, it's going to be interesting. And also, we've got January transfer window coming up soon. Who knows what happens? Maybe it all changes then.
I mean, this was always likely to be a consolidation season, wasn't it? Like, as much as we got excited when we were sat in, well, 2nd or 7th or whatever, it was always likely to be consolidation.
Oh yeah, even if we'd kept Matt Taylor, all I'd be hoping for was not relegation.
Not relegation, and actually, if you finish mid-table, I think everyone will be pleased. Obviously, the
I'll be delighted.
The tickets have been great, like the attendance numbers. That obviously helps the coffers. Everyone loves having Jay Stansfield here. We've got an interesting squad. Like, it's not perfect. It's a bit shallow, but it's interesting. It's, you know, got real quality about it in certain places.
Yeah.
So all that stuff means, you know, actually get to the end of the season. I'm not. By the way, I'm not writing the season off, but I'm just kind of looking at how it looks like it might go.
Yeah. I mean, maybe there's like a, you know, maybe he's thinking, I want to play 4-4-2.
Yeah.
I know Giovanni's going in January. I'm just, you know, putting this out there.
The club
maybe he wants
a left.
Maybe he wants to get a left back, because I can't see Grounds being the kind of permanent answer for that. I would have thought it was one for Sparks, to be honest. I don't think Morecambe were good enough to warrant leaving him out.
No.
But anyway, yeah, that's where we are.
That's where we are. I'll tell you where the players were yesterday or day before.
Where?
Smith's Toy Superstore, doing their annual collection of toys to take to the children's ward at the hospital.
Ah.
Have you seen the photo?
A period of time I call give Matt J something to do.
Exactly.
Right, yeah.
Well, they gave him something else to do. He's got Velcroed round his neck, a monkey with long arms.
Has he?
Yeah. So you got
Why?
No.
Oh, to advertise the monkey.
Well, no. I'd imagine Giovanni's put it around his neck and Matt J's gone like, yeah, fine. So they stood there.
But that's probably what it's for, right?
Well, no, it's not. It's not really
Smith's
prominent.
toy go like, well, we want some people to buy this. This monkey isn't selling very well.
The photo is 2 trolleys stuffed with toys. The manager and...
Where can I see this?
I think this is on the standard social media and website. So the trolleys are there. They're full of toys. You've got manager and assistant manager of Smith's.
Oh, here it is.
With Jack Sparks, Giovanni Brown and Matt J. Big Smith's.
And Jonathan Grounds.
Oh, and Grounds.
Oh, no, hang on. No, it's not Jonathan Grounds. I think that's just someone who works at Smith's Toys.
Who looks like him. Maybe he's planning his post-football work. But then Matt J's got a monkey round his neck. And I thought, that's amusing.
Yeah. You can't actually see. Giovanni's got some Lego sticking out of his bags. Robo Alive. I don't know. You can't really see what's going on here.
Anyway.
Where are they taking them?
The RD&E Children's Ward.
Oh, yeah.
Which they do every year, which is obviously great. I just thought, Matt J. He's stopped trying to get the monkey off his back.
Yeah. What is that monkey on his back?
Tisdale not liking him, I suppose. Yeah. And he's moved on.
Yes. One other thing I want to say.
Oh, yeah.
There was a Exeter
Let me guess,
City...
you're annoyed about the club shop again.
No, I've said my piece.
Okay.
Until next week when they still haven't rang me back. There's an Exeter City England flag at the stadium for the match against Senegal.
Shout out to George Smith, whose flag it is.
Oh, you know this person.
You might recall him from when we were when we thought we were going to get promoted at the end of the season. And he brought his lad over from LA.
Wow.
Do you remember that at the end, the Port Vale game at home, end of League Two?
I don't remember it. I think I'll blame it on COVID like you did earlier on.
Anyway, it's his flag.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
It was nice to see.
Oh, great to see. Right in the goal when who was it scored? Harry Kane scored, wasn't it? You could see it. Yeah, lovely. Lovely stuff.
Lovely job.
Nice one, George. Yeah, so that's about it for this week, I think. Obviously, keep an eye on the times of the match. Don't miss it.
No. Yeah, make sure
you know. I can't see him doing it.
What, changing it?
Yeah.
What are they supposed to do then, these Wednesday people?
I don't know, but what are they supposed to do anyway? Because if it was Plymouth or if it was even Bristol, you'd think, oh, fair enough, make it early.
Yeah, you'd have to have it so early, wouldn't you? It'd have to be like 11 a.m. kickoff.
11 a.m., I mean, madness.
Yeah.
You're leaving Sheffield at 5 a.m.
Yeah. And you'd already agreed to, you'd already paid money in agreement to go to something that started at 3 p.m.
Yeah.
So you're thinking of leaving the house at 10, 9:30.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks for listening, everyone. My name's John. I've been here with my friend and colleague Dan.
Cheers.
See you soon.